History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Yeah, Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their family's permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday night. It is a holiday special night. Tonight we got 3 races on tap for you. We have 358 modifieds followed by pro late models. We're going to close out the night tonight with the 360 sprint cars right here at Williams Grove. Like to thank everybody for tuning in. This is the Midwest Forklifts LLC 358 Modifieds. Cars are currently out on track. We'll let you take a look around the track. We'll be going to the national anthem here momentarily, followed by qualifying at the top of the hour again. Happy Friday night. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome back. Let's get the cars off the track, get the show underway. We'll clear the track right now as we go to qualifying. Again, thank you all for tuning in. This is week 8. Let's take a look at our points leaders. I believe Braden Carter leading both series in points. Indeed, for the 358 modifieds that are up first, Braden Carter, Grandy, Justin Sick, Sam Buchanan, and Cale Smith, your top 5. Looks like Andy Patton, Air Force veteran in the 87, will be the first car out on track for qualifying. Joseph Grandy in the 518 is back with us. Bruce is with us in the 78, also an Air Force veteran. Billy Roberts in the 99. This makes his return in the 5 car. The only one beside with a win in the 358. Jake Henry is with us in the 171 ride. Coming in here momentarily. It'll be Isaac Salas top the board with a 2032 as he shuts it down. Joseph Grandy goes quick. Billy Roberts puts down a 2041. Jake Henry betters that 2046. And the 2048. the 2073 in the 78. Still waiting on a host of cars. Jordan LaFawn, the ground route of Indiana, is currently on track. Coming for his first time. LaFawn will go third quick, 2038. Scott Ryall, the Ford machine, 2035. In qualifying. Dean Reynolds, Sam Boxman jumps up to 2045. Justin sitting the 2 car for the driver out of the award. Good enough for second quick so far. Anthony McCallum Jr. in the 21. Sam Bachman jumps up to fourth quick with a 2032. Dean Reynolds will go 8th quick, 2043. Braden Carter, your points leader in the 0-27 for the youngster out of Virginia. He'll shut it down second quick. Devon Howard is on track. Dean Reynolds moves up 1:20:39. Howard shuts it down. Waiting on Clay Christopherson and Devon Howard. Don't know if they will get to take a timed lap as we are running out of time. Roxanne Jones back with us, ma'am. Happy Friday. Welcome back. As always, thank you for tuning in. We'll have 2 heat races tonight and then a 50-lap feature in the 358 modifieds. On your front row, it'll be Joseph Grandy with Justin Sick to the outside in the 2 car. Sam Bachman in the 007 and Scotty Ryome in row number 2. Billy Roberts and Jake Henry in row number 3. Melgusa and Clay Christopherson will roll off on row number 4. All right, fellas, you know the drill. Welcome. We got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on. The start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard or race clean. Good luck. So Joseph Grandy starts off the night on the pole. This battle is for pole in the feature. Pace truck will go one more time around. Don't forget, tonight going to be a little later night on the East Coast as the 360 Sprint cars make their return to Friday Night Lights. They'll be running after the Pro late models tonight. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck will exit, leaving the field to Joseph Grandy in that 518. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. 8 laps. Settle pole for the feature. Grandy will get a good start on the bottom. The 007, little bit of contact. Trying to get woed up. Justin Sick and Joseph Grandy go down the back stretch. Battle it into turn 2 or 3 and 4. It'll be Grandy will lead lap 1. Justin Sick P2. Sam Bachman in the 007 P3. Scotty Ryome P4. Billy Roberts in the 99 ride is P5, followed by Clay Christopherson, Jake Henry, and Mel Gusa in the 78. Big, long straightaways here. Let's go on board with Sam Bachman, as he's currently in the 3rd position. Trying to track down Justin Sick and Joseph Grandy. Single file, nose to tail on lap 4 of 8. Can Justin Sick get by Grandy? Go on board with the driver of the 2 car. He's going to cut down, try to get underneath Grandy. That's Grandy on the high side. Grandy with a good run on the high side, able to hold off the charge from Justin Sick as they come out of turn 4. Grandy, or Justin Sick, giving Grandy all he wants at the front of the pack. Justin Sick is come on pretty consistently the last few weeks. Sam Bachman still in 3rd. Scotty Ryome, the FTM4 machine. Billy Roberts takes a peek underneath the 4. Coming to the white flag, it's Grandy down low. Justin Sick's going to swing out high. White flag is out, 1 to go. Grandy, Sick, Bachman, Ryome, your top 4. 2 more corners for Sick to make the pass. He's not going to be able to do it. It'll be Grandy at the line. Justin Sick, Bachman, Ryome, Roberts, Clay Christopherson, Henry, and Mel Gusa. Good heat race, fellas. Braden Carter in the 05 will roll off on the front row. We'll have Isaac Salas to his outside in the 5 car. Jordan LaFond, Dean Reynolds in row number 2 in his Santa's Claus ride in the 79. Anthony Vitale Jr., Andy Patton in row number 3, and still waiting on Devon. There he is. Devon Hauer will round out the 7-car field. All right, fellas, same story. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. I will shorten the caution laps in the upcoming races. My apologies. I stand corrected. Thanks, Dean. It's going to shorten the caution laps to 1, but apparently it's not allowed any longer. So lights are off on the pace truck. Long way around Williams Grove, track in Pennsylvania. See if Isaac Salas has anything for Braden Carter, who's kind of ran away with it the last few weeks. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Braden Carter in the 05. Looking for the green flag. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. 8 laps. It'll be Isaac Salas on the high side in the 5 car, driver out of North Dakota. Can Isaac get a good run off the high side? He will pull ahead by a nose on the backstretch. Salas is going to slide up high, try to get a run. Braden Carter looks like he got into the fence on the inside. That'll open the door for the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Reynolds will move up 1. Braden Carter fights back on the inside, able to take P2 back over. Jordan LaFawn in the battle in the 144. Currently in the 4th position. Let's go on board with Jordan as he's trying to move up into the top 3. Trying to track down your top 3. Braden Carter, now Dean Reynolds with a challenge on the outside in the 79. Braden Carter stuck on the bottom, whether he wants to be there or not. Got a line of cars on the high side. Devon Howard, Andy Patton back in the 87. As mentioned, Andy Patton, thank you for your service in the United States Air Force, sir. Jordan LaFawn thought about taking it 3 wide, stuck the nose of the 144 in between Reynolds and Carter. Thought better of it as Isaac Salas starts to pull away from the field. On lap 6 of 8. Two laps to go. Salas, Reynolds, Carter, LaFawn, Howard, your top 5. Does Carter have anything for Dean Reynolds in front of him? He's still running the bottom. You can hear the youngster messing with the throttle to get through the corner. It'll be Salas, Reynolds, Carter, LaFawn. How are your top 5? We're going to take a quick break. We come back, we'll have your 50-lap feature.
Biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. Just wrapping up. Joseph Grandy at the top of the board. Isaac Salas second quick. Billy Roberts, Justin Sick, Sam Bachman, your top five. Landon Smith, owner-operator of Midwest Forklifts, checking in. Joseph Grandy, Isaac Salas on the front row. Justin Sick, Dean Reynolds in row 2. Sam Bachman, Braden Carter in row 3. Scotty Ryome, Jordan LaFawn in row 4. Billy Roberts, Devon Hauer in row number 5. Clay Christopherson, Anthony Vitale Jr. in row number 6. Jake Henry, Andy Patton in row number 7. And Armando Melgusa will round out your field of 15 cars. All right, fellas, initial start is on green. Restarts are on the leader. You got 50 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Megan out in the audience. Isaac Salas going down pit lane. Don't know what happened to Isaac Salas. He's in the pits currently. Yeah, it looks like Isaac went into the pits, all clear blacks. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Joseph Grandy, and Dean Reynolds moves up one spot. Roxanne Jones cheering on Braden Carter, the only CSC driver in the field tonight. As the green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen, 50 laps. Open set 358 modifieds. Joseph Grandy with a good run off the bottom of turn 2. He'll take the lead. Dean Reynolds tucks in behind Grandy. Braden Carter, Justin Sick, and we have a crash as the caution comes out early. It's like Billy Roberts involved. Take a look. Billy Roberts, that's the orange car down low. Going into turn 3. Clay Christopherson, the FTM number 51, gets up into the left rear of the 99. Around goes Billy Roberts. Don't know if he'll have to go in for damage repair. Clay Christopherson goes in for a quick repair. See Clay Christopherson coming off of pit road, as is the 171. Jake Henry. So Joseph Grandy, Dean Reynolds at the front. Justin Sick and Braden Carter are in row 2. We will go single file in this restart. We didn't make it a lap. This will be the last race until after the holidays. Let me find our schedule. We will be back on the 2nd of January at Weedsport. So after this week, we got a couple weeks off. Everyone can enjoy time with their families. We are back underway. Joseph Grandy with a good restart in front of Dean Reynolds. Green flag is out. Grandy, Reynolds, 6th. Isaac Salas back in the fight. It'll be Grandy at the line, Reynolds, 6th, Braden Carter, your points leader, currently running in 4th. Sam Bachman in the 007 trying to get on the inside of the 05. Braden Carter in the Christmas paint scheme. We'll go nose to tail. Keep an eye on that 5 car. Where is Isaac Salas? Back in 11th in the 5. Battling it out with Andy Patton. Up front, Joseph Grandy getting it done. In the 518, he's got Dean Reynolds. A little ways back to Justin Sick. Let's go on board with Braden Carter in the eye of the storm as he looks underneath Justin Sick, trying to get on the podium. First car on the outside looking in as he rolls the bottom. Does it about as good as you can do it. Braden Carter will make the pass. Sick is going to cross over. They're side by side at the line. Sam Bachman in P5. Jordan LaFawn in P6 in the 144. Scotty Ryole. Devon Howard in P8. Anthony Vitale Jr. in 9. Isaac Salas in the 5 car. Currently in P10. Billy Roberts, Andy Patton. Clay Christopherson in the 51, back in P13. Jake Hendry and Mel Gusa in the 78. On lap 8 of 50. Joseph Grandy looking for his 2nd win, so my apologies. I said that Braden Carter was the only winner, but Joseph has won 1. Cale Smith has won 1 this season. Joseph Grandy starting to separate from the field a little bit. Braden Carter still liking the bottom in the 5. Sam Bachman battling it out. Justin Sick has fallen back to P5 in that 2 machine. Scotty Ryome, the FTM 4 ride, currently in 7th. Joseph Grandy at the front of the pack. Braden Carter closing in on Dean Reynolds. Braden Carter rolling the bottom. Dean Reynolds staying on the high side, coming off the 4. Dean Reynolds with a good run. Braden Carter consistently closing the gap between himself and the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Sam Bachman falling off the pace a little bit. Top 3 pulling away from the field on lap 14 of 50. there is your top three. You can see Braden Carter with a good run, but Dean Reynolds with a better run off the high side. As the caution comes back out. Like Isaac Salas may have been involved. Four cars involved in that one. Don't know who that was that got loose up high. Looks like Scotty Ryome gets loose up high. 2 FTM cars involved. As we are back under caution on lap 17 of 50. Joseph Grandy, Dean Reynolds. Braden Carter, Sam Bachman are your front two rows. Joseph Grandy tried to close the gap between himself and Braden Carter. Grandy currently leading the race on the inside of row number 1. Braden Carter, the points leader, right behind him. Justin Sick is third in the points. He could use a good night in the 2 car. Lights are off on the pace truck, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to go green on lap 19 of 50. As always, know there's a ton of things everyone can be doing on a Friday night. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. As we go back under green, Joseph Grandy, Dean Reynolds. Good restart by Grandy. Grandy will slide high on the outside. The youngster Braden Carter in the 05 will tuck in underneath Dean Reynolds in the 79. As they come off of turn 4, Braden Carter down low, Dean Reynolds up high. Now Sam Bachman in the battle in the 007. Looks like the high line may be the place to be, as Bachman in the 007 FTM ride is challenging for a podium. As they come off of turn 4, it'll be Bachman at the line. Scotty Ryome in the 4 and Isaac Salas in the 5 back there. Joseph Grandy doesn't mind seeing this in his rearview mirror. Cars behind him battling a little bit. Lap 20 of 50. Grandy, Reynolds, Carter are currently in podium positions. Sam Bachman and Isaac Salas are battling for that final podium position, as is Scotty Ryome in the 4 car. Isaac Salas moves up into 4. as he is battling it out with Sam Bachman. He'll clear Bachman on the backstretch. Salas was supposed to start on the outside of the front row. Had an emergency. Had to start at the tail end of the field. Oh, Scotty Ryome involved as the caution comes out. Don't know what happened to Scotty. Let's take a look. The 4 car right in the middle of your screen. You can see your leaders. Oh, he just goes in real hot, gets into his teammate, Bachman. Gets turned around sideways. Justin Sick, nowhere to go. The 171, nowhere to go. So Jake Henry involved. So those cars will go in and get repairs. We'll line them up and do it one more time. Leader, close the gap between yourselves and the pace truck a little bit, please, sir. Not sure if we'll be single file restarts from this point forward. We'll go around one more time with the pace truck. We'll go green next time by. Again, Grandy, Reynolds, Carter, Salas, Bachman, your top 5. Pace truck will exit this time by. Leaving the field to Joseph Grandy. Dean Reynolds able to hold down P2. Good restart by Grandy. So it's 0-5 of Brayton Carter. Will dive for the inside one more time. He'll pull up alongside the 79 of Dean Reynolds on the backstretch. Carter will go down low. Gets a good run. Nowhere to go on the high side. He'll close the deal at the line. Dean Reynolds by just a hair. Isaac Salas in the fight. Halfway home this time by. Braden Carter getting an excellent run at the entrance to turn 3. He's able to close the gap between himself and the 79 of Dean Reynolds. As Grandy starts to get away from the field a little bit, right there, Carter just slingshots. Still stays down low in the 0-5. Looked like he was clear. Sam Bachman, Devon Hauer, and Clay Christopherson battling it out for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Braden Carter able to close the deal, put the 0-5 in P2. Your 2 points leaders at the front of the field on lap 28 of 50. Can Carter close the gap between himself and the 518 of Grandy? still likes the bottom line in the 0-5. Carter getting a good run off the bottom. Isaac Salas trying to move up into a podium. Now he'll try to get by Dean Reynolds. Billy Roberts in the 99 has moved up 4 positions from his start. Joseph Grandy just a tick slower last time by than Braden Carter. Let's see at the line. Grandy runs a 59. Carter a little slower with a 62 that time by. On lap 32 of 50, laps are winding down. Dean Reynolds holding off Isaac Salas for the final podium. Billy Roberts gets into one, glides up. Joseph Grandy quickest between the two last time by. Braden Carter committed to the bottom in the 0-5. Youngster out of Virginia looking for a way to get up and get by the 518. That would be his 5th win of the season in the 0-5. Grandy just a kick. Well, Carter was faster last time by, an 03 to an 11. So Braden Carter closing that gap. Hunting down the 518. Let's go on board with Braden Carter. Can't quite get it done that lap by. Quite a bit faster last lap. Braden Carter with an 09 to Grandy's 22. Grandy's got some work to do as the youngster is lurking. And they are running away from the field on lap 38 of 50. Will we have a battle? Will lap traffic come into play? They ran almost dead even that last lap. Back here, Isaac Salas into 5, battling it out with Dean Reynolds for the final podium. Dean Reynolds able to hold off the 0-5 or the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Melgusa in the 78. That's the red car that just went by. Will that come into play? Carter down low, Grandy up high. Grandy running a slider line in 3 and 4. Braden's cutting down, so we'll see which prevails here on lap 42 of 50. Dean Reynolds able to hold off Isaac Salas for the final podium. Melgusa pulls out of the way of your leaders. Carter pulls up, almost got to the side of the 518. Braden Carter all over Joseph Grandy. Let's go on board. This is Braden Carter, the Virginia driver, on lap 44 of 50. Little bit of contact, maybe. Grandy running in the middle, Carter running down low. Dean Reynolds holding on to P3 in the 79. A good run for the old man in his Christmas wrap. Grandy and Carter, contact made. Lap 47 of 50 underway. Grandy's going to go down and block Carter. Not allow the youngster to get up side by side. Good job by the front two, battling it out. It's Carter down low, Grandy on the higher side. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. The 1 and 2 in points, running 1 and 2 on the track. Grandy with 2 laps to go in the 518, looking for his second win. Braden Carter in the 05 is looking for his 5th win of the season. Grandy currently, last time by, Carter just a tick faster than Grandy. As the white flag comes out, Carter has 1 lap to get it done. Grandy's going to block down low, can't hold the 518 down low. 2 more corners, Grandy's going to tuck it in low, block Carter. Coming off of turn 4, Carter down low, Grandy up high. Good run off the top side. It'll be Grandy, Carter, Dean Reynolds, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not get any better than that. What a show put on by Grandy and Carter. We'll get a word with your top 3. Dean Reynolds brings it home, P3. We'll get a word with your top 3. All right, that's going to be messy, but I can make that work. We'll get a word with your top 3. Waiting for Dean Reynolds to get up in the booth. There is Joe Grandy. There is the elder statesman of the league, Dean Reynolds, in the Christmas wrapped 79. Brings it home in a podium position. Dean, it's Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe. How you doing?
Man, that was a lot of fun. Braden Carter and Grandy put on a great show up front, but you had your hands full with Salas.
I heard him. I heard him. I looked at the relative, and he was between any of 0.7 to 0.1. And, you know, I'm glad I went to the bottom in 1 and 2. I watched Braden and Joe go to the bottom, and that's where they really pulled out on me. I was running the top there 1 and 2, but with it being a daytime track, the cushion didn't build up like it normally does here, so I had to abandon that. And then,
the guys were saying in the Discord that the slider was working in 3 and 4, so I went there, and that's where I felt the best in turning the fastest laps. So I just stayed those lanes right there at the last 10 laps, and I just hung on.
Well, the good news is it's going to get later and later each race tonight. So I made this one a little bit earlier since we were running 3 races, but maybe I should have left it later. I don't know. But it's going to get later and later each race tonight. So that's a plus.
Yeah, it's dirt track racing, Joe. I mean, the beauty of the dirt track racing, even here on the sim, is you have to adjust to the track conditions. And I never run the bottom at Williams Grove. I mean, never. I despise it because I usually make a mistake, hit the wall, I lose my momentum. But I went down there and I turned about a tenth and a half faster by running the bottom than staying up top in 1 and 2. And, that's the switch I had to make, and that's what got me to hang on.
Yeah, man. Another podium in the 358s. Pro late models coming up, and at your request, sir, 360 sprint cars to follow that. Who do you want to thank on that 79 ride for a podium finish?
Well, we got to thank the Full Throttle Motorsports guys. We're having a lot of fun, Joe, on Friday night. Again, what do we have? 2 yellows in a 50-lap race at Williams Grove. I mean, you can remember holding Williams Grove races here, and the feature would take an hour. So we got a good bunch of guys, and fun race again. Thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. We're having fun. Thanks to you, Joe, for doing the broadcast and got your 6 Racing Network. Thank you for the work that you do with Coast to Coast and helping us fill in, and and then all the work you do for the veterans with the Mission 22 and all the others. I'll have Mission 22 on my sprint car, but we're gonna go holiday theme again for the late models. So we gotta come out with the Christmas wrap. And then my girlfriend Megan, I don't know if she went in and said hi to you. I told her to, and she's sitting here watching me race. So I gotta say hi to her. And let's go pro late model racing, Joe. What do you think?
Yeah, man. She did say hi in the chat. So greatly appreciated, my brother. We'll see you in the pro late models.
All right, Joe. You take care.
All right, man. That is Dean Reynolds. Let's see if we can catch up with your points leader in the 05 car, driver out of Virginia. That is Braden Carter. Braden, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, I was watching lap times and you were closing down. Good run in the 05. What'd you need to get by Grandy?
I don't know. More track, I guess. He saw me get down there and he kind of moved down. I mean, that's what you got to do though when you're points racing. So I don't know. I just, track play in my favor a little more. If I would have gotten past cars a little sooner, I feel like I would have had a shot. I felt really good, really fast. Feel like I probably one of the fastest cars on the bottom, dude. That 1 and 2, I was just moving down there. That was a great line. I kept picking off people. 3 and 4, I don't know. It was just hit or miss. I had to create my own line half the time, but other than that, it was just a battle getting up there. It's just Williams Grove. Sometimes you have a guy run the slider in 3 and 4. It's really hard to get past him. I tried the big cut down in 3 and 4, and it really didn't work as well as I thought it would. It did for a few laps, but I need the slider, and I really needed to pull door to door with him in 1 and 2 if I really wanted to pass him. But that only happened one time, and it's a part of it. But good win to Joseph. That was a good race there. I feel like that was interesting to watch. I was on his tail for about 10 laps just trying to work around him, and I couldn't get around him. So I mean, shout out to him for keeping me at bay.
Yeah, man, you guys put on a great show, and we captured all of it. We saw the line in 1 and 2 and saw the big cut down. Another great run. You're going to lose a little bit in the points, but gosh darn, probably just a sliver. Another great run by the 05. What do you want to thank on that car for another podium finish?
Yeah, shout out to my CSC guys. Fortunately, a lot of them can't make it tonight. Kyle might come into the pro late, so that'll be fun if he does. Shout out to Kale Smith, Travis, my dad, Michael Carter, Chase Hardy, Kyle Hardy, Travis Anderson. Shout out Randy Carter Payne, my granddad. Wins race design, Casey Win. Midwest Forklift title sponsor. KK's Diecast, Kevin Lynn Keeling, Eternal Racing, Colby Yule. You Joe, the broadcast, Friday Night Lights, GY6RN. Yeah, good run to Dean as well. Good run to Justin Sick, Sam Bachman. We all had a good battle early on. Good win to Joseph as well. You're good over the pros and sprints later as well.
Yeah, man. Can't wait to watch.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And your winner, Joseph Grandy, starts on the pole, finishes P1. Joe, you got me?
Yeah, how you doing, Joe?
Man, good run in that 518. It looks like in the late going, Carter kind of closed the gap. Man, did you hear him back there?
Yeah, I was comfortable running the top there, 1 and 2, and I got a little impatient, started running different lines, and that's when he caught up pretty good. So then I figured it's a lot harder to go around someone than to go under them, so just stuck it to the bottom.
Yeah, man, you closed the deal tonight in the 518. How was the track? I know we run during the day instead of in the evening because of the 3 races, but did the track change as you thought it would?
Honestly, it didn't change a whole lot. I thought it would slick out a lot more, and it didn't really. I mean, it widen out a little bit, but not as much as Wayne Grove should. Because usually there's a top and then the bottom. But overall, still fun. I think the next 2 cars are gonna wear it out quite a bit more. So we'll see here.
Yeah, man, good win in the 518. Can't wait to watch you in the pro late models and the sprints coming up. So I wish you the best of luck, my friend.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are your 358 modifieds. Grandy, Carter, Reynolds, your top 3. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the pro late models right back here at Williams Grove. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, you go for it. And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pro late models on track. Kyle Hardy at top of the board. Braden Carter in P2. We're getting ready to go qualifying. Welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in. And we will advance to qualifying. Roxanne Jones checking in. Megan out there cheering on Dean Reynolds in the 79 machine. Don't know if Landon Smith is still with us. We'll follow the cars as they qualify. As you can see, the sun setting in Pennsylvania over Williams Grove. Joseph Grandy in the 518 out on track. Kyle Hardy in the 99. 990 on our boards. Billy Roberts in the 99. Devon Howard. Dean Reynolds in the aforementioned 79. Braden Carter in the pink 05. Jason Haynes in the 66. Driver out of Canada in the field. We should get some times here momentarily. Be Joseph Grandy at the top of the board with a 19:01. Kyle Hardy P2, 19:24. Dean Reynolds P3, 19:42. Billy Roberts moves up 19:41. Devon Howard into 3:16, 19:19. Braden Carter with a 19:08. Good enough for second quick. Andy Patton in the 87, 19:49. Dean Reynolds moves into the top 5 with a 19:34. Jason Haynes with a 1991. See if he can improve on his second lap. Yes, he will. Moves up into the top 5 with a 1933. Justin Sick on track, driver out of New York in the 2 car. He'll go. So Scotty Ryome in the 4 moves up to 7th quick with a 1937. Justin Sick still out on track, coming off a turn 4. Third quick for Justin Sick, 1918 for the 2 car. Jason Haynes, 6th quick, 1933. Still waiting on Armando Melgusa to take his timed laps. Justin Sick shuts it down in the top 3. 2 car having a solid night so far. Don't forget, coming up next, we got 360 sprint cars right here at Williams Grove. Melgusa running out of time. Grandy, Carter, Sick, Howard, Hardy, your top 5. And that will do it. We'll have 2 heat races, 8-lap heat races, and a 30-lap feature in the fixed pro late model division. Joseph Grandy and Justin Sick on the front row. Kyle Hardy in the 099 with Dean Reynolds to his outside in the 79. Billy Roberts in the 99 in row number 3 with Melgusa if he shows up to his outside. All right, drivers, you know the drill. Everybody moving on. Got 8 laps to get it done. The start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Looks like Melgusa won't make the field. Justin Sick asking where Cale Smith has been. Cale has missed the last 2 weeks. No, Cale Smith has a lot of business things going on. It'll be Joseph Grandy. We saw him win the 358 division. In the 518, this race is who will sit pole in tonight's 30-lap feature. There is Melgusa in the pits. I guess he's going to come out for the heat race. Pace truck should exit this time by. Leaving the field to Joe Grandy in the 518. Coming off a turn forward, looking for the green flag. Flag man has the field. Flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're underway. 8 laps to settle who sits on the pole for tonight's 30-lap feature. It's Grandy down low, Justin Sick on the high side. Kyle Hardy in the 990. He's on the inside of Justin Sick. Dean Reynolds back there in the 79. Oh, Dean Reynolds into the outside fence. Don't know how much damage that did to the 79. In the Grinch machine, Dean Reynolds able to recover and move on as Joseph Grandy starts to pull away from the field. Kyle Hardy in the 990 doesn't join us often, but is in the field tonight. The CSC driver currently in P3, trying to work his way around the 2 car of Justin Sick. On lap 4 of 8, Grandy opens up almost a second gap. Now it is a second between himself and second place of Justin Sick. Kyle Hardy in P3, Dean Reynolds in P4, Billy Roberts in P5. Mel Gusa did get out on track in the 78 machine. As always, like to thank him for his service in the United States Air Force. Came to us by way of Goat Locker Racing. Doing a lot of good things for veterans on the asphalt side of iRacing. Coming to 1 to go, Grandy with almost a 1.5 lead between himself and Justin Sick. Kyle Hardy on the rear bumper of the 2 car. Courtney and Theo out in New York watching the 2 car of Justin Sick tonight. Cheering on dad and husband. 1 lap to go. Grandy takes the white flag, the 518, with a 1.5 lead over Justin Sick. This 8 laps is going by in a big hurry, coming off of turn 4. Joseph Grandy with the Heat 1 win. Justin Sick, Kyle Hardy, Reynolds, Billy Roberts, and Mel Gusa in the 78. Not native to dirt racing, he's starting to catch on. Each week getting a little better. Braden Carter will roll off on the pole of heat number 2. He's got Devon Howard to his outside. It'll be Jason Haynes and Scotty Ryome in row number 2, and Andy Patton will roll off at the tail end of the field. All right, fellas, you know the drill. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Let's pull up the pro late model points real quick. As soon as I get through all my stuff here. Point standings. Braden Carter with your points lead over Joseph Grandy. So same as the 358 modifieds, and Justin Sick is in P3. So identical points to the 358 modifieds. I hadn't even looked at that really, that close. It will be Braden Carter taking us to the green flag. The lights are off on the pace truck. This is for the driver who will sit on the outside of the front row in the 30-lap feature. As the pace truck has exited, Braden Carter looking for the green flag. Flagman has the field. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway 8 laps to settle heat race number 2. Braden Carter's going to go down low. Good run on the bottom side out of turn 2. Braden Carter. Jason Haynes with a good start in the 66. Scotty Ryome will go to the high side. Jason Haynes with a great run through 3 and 4. He was able to get by Hauer. Hauer battling back on the high side in that 316 machine. Braden Carter up front, running the low line. Good run by the youngster out of Virginia. It is Braden Carter. Half-second lead on lap 3 of 8. Hauer and Haynes are going to battle it out. Those two are side by side. Braden Carter opens up a second gap between himself and Devon Hauer on lap 4 of 8. Let's go on board with Haynes. As he's trying to find a way around the 316. Haynes dives down to the bottom. Looks like Haynes may be able to take over P2. He will. Jason Haynes up to P2 in the 66. Now Hauer under attack from Scotty Ryome in the FTM 4 ride. FTM teammates going at it. Hauer and Ryome. Up front, 2 to go. Braden Carter's going to take the white flag, this time by 1.24 second gap between himself and Jason Haynes. Carter with 2 more corners to navigate. Coming off a 4, it will be Carter with the Heat 2 win, followed by Haynes, Hauer, Ryome, and Patton. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break and come back. We'll have your 30-lap feature.
Chatham grabs the checkered flag. He wins.
Tack victories for Sam Bachman as he takes the win at the Port Royal Speedway.
Wins another one at the Knoxville Raceway. Blake Chapman wins.
A corner down here through the front straightaway. Watson gets the win here tonight.
Chad Greggs, Knoxville Nationals champion. But to the checkered flag, Clay Christopherson, your winner at Lernerville. Here they come off of turn number 4. To the checkers, Templeton takes the win.
Through the backstretch into corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win.
The 56 wins. First time winner Randy Streets.
But your winner at Weed Sports is going to be Brandon Templeton in the Salty Dog.
When people hear a Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Checkered flag has flown over practice. Jason Haynes with your quick time in practice, followed by Grandy Roberts Ryome. We'll grid the cars here. One and two in the points will roll off the grid. 1 and 2, Joseph Grandy and Braden Carter as soon as they take to the grid. Braden Carter and Joseph Grandy on the front row. Justin Sick and Jason Haynes will roll off in row 2. They're not there yet. Kyle Hardy in the 990. Devin Howard will be in row number 3. Dean Reynolds, Scott Ryome in row 4. Billy Roberts, Andy Patton in row number 5. Now Armando Melgusa will round out the field of 11 drivers. All right, fellas, you know the drill by now. Initial start is on green, restarts on leader. Leader can pick inside or outside, must do so before the one to go is given. You got 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show, fellas. Good luck. Roxanne Jones still out there. Justin Sick checking in from behind the wheel somehow. Just like the 358 modifieds, 1 and 2 in the points are 1 and 2 on the front row. Lights should go off on the pace truck this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for 30 lap pro late model racing at Williams Grove. Pace truck will exit. That will leave the field to Joseph Grandy in the 518, looking for the green flag. Flagman has the flag in his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the green flag is out. We are underway. Joseph Grandy, Braden Carter. Carter with a little jump there. Grandy's going to go down low, get a good run off of turn 2. It'll be Grandy by a nose. Braden Carter slides up high. That opens the door for Grandy to go where he wants to go. Grandy will go up high. Crossover from Carter on lap number 1 of 30. Looks like a replay of the 358 modified race. Grandy and Carter at the front. Justin Sick battling it out with Haynes. Carter makes the pass over Grandy. In 3 and 4, it'll be Carter at the line. Justin Sick moves up into a podium position. Jason Haynes falls back. Kyle Hardy in the 990 is P5. Dean Reynolds, Scotty Ryome, Billy Roberts in the 99. Devon Howard in the 316, Andy Patton in the 87, 2 Air Force veterans at the tail end of the field. Andy Patton and Melgusa. Thank you both, gentlemen, for your service to the United States. Braden Carter starting to run away with it, opening up a big gap between himself and Joseph Grandy. Last time by, Carter ran a 49 to Grandy's 82. This time by, a 51 to a 64. So Carter is setting a track on fire. Grandy P2, Justin Sick holding on to the rear bumper of Joseph Grandy. Let's go on board with Justin. The Virginia driver and two New York drivers trying to track him down at the front of the field. Your points leader opening up a big gap, 49 to 57 last time by. Carter quite a bit faster. Jason Haynes, Kyle Hardy in the 99. We're going to go nose to tail. Scotty Ryan battling it out with Howard. That's FTM teammates. That is Howard down low. Ryan on the high side. Billy Roberts in the 99. Owner-operator of Gears Unlimited in the battle. Up front, Braden Carter setting sail. 1.62 second gap between himself and second place, Joseph Grandy. Justin Sick and Grandy a little bit closer. Kyle Hardy closes the gap between himself and the 66 of Haynes. Braden Carter drives a late model back in Virginia in real life, as does Hardy. Jason Haynes makes the pass on Justin Sick, put Canada driver, the 066 of Jason Haynes, up into P3. Justin Sick falls back to P4. Dean Reynolds in the 79 trying to make a pass, get up and challenge the CSC driver of Hardy in the 990. Scotty Ryan, Howard, and Billy Roberts putting on a good battle. Melgusa running in P10, Andy Patton in P11. Braden Carter, absolutely a blistering pace, 1947 to 1957 by second place Grandy. Carter pulling away from the field as Grandy has his hands full with Haynes. On lap 16 of 30, we are halfway home in tonight's Pro Late Model main event. Grandy able to separate from Haynes just a little bit. Can Kyle Hardy close in on the 66? Hardy dives the 99 down low. Coming off a 2, good run. Justin Sick back in P5. Hardy a tick better than Haynes last time by. Trying to close in on the final podium position. You're not missing much up front, ladies and gentlemen. The youngster out of Virginia, Braden Carter, in the CSC number 05, has pulled a 3-second gap between himself and Joseph Grandy in the 518. Looks like the paddle's going to be back here as Kyle Hardy tries to get up into a final podium. Braden Carter setting sail has almost a full straightaway lead over second place Joseph Grandy in the 518. Dean Reynolds in the fight in the 79, trying to get by Justin Sick on lap 22 of 30. Both those drivers go to the high side. Reynolds is going to try to go a little bit lower. Can't get it done. Lap 23 of 30 underway. There goes Carter. Here comes Grandy. That is the gap between first and second. As Jason Haynes tries to close in on the 518 of Grandy. Those two have been battling. The laps are winding down in a big hurry. Braden Carter at the front of the field. No cautions in this race so far. Branson Woodward out there cheering on the 05 of Braden Carter. Sir, welcome to the show. Kyle Hardy trying to get that final podium. He gets just underneath the left corner of the 66. Hardy will send it down low. No room to slide. It'll be Haynes coming off of turn 4 on lap 27 of 30. Again, up front, ladies and gentlemen, a straightaway gap between first and second. Braden Carter getting it done unless a caution comes out. There is nothing anybody's going to be able to do with the 05. Your current series points leader, Braden Carter. Kyle Hardy has found a way around Haynes. Justin Sick is going to try to follow the 990 by. It's Sick down low, Haynes on the high side. They come off side by side. On lap 29 of 30, 2 laps to go. Braden Carter coming to the white flag. Coming off of turn 4. The youngster out of Virginia, white flag is out. 1 lap to go. Grandy P2, Kyle Hardy P3. Coming through 3 and 4, the 05 CSC driver Braden Carter for another win in the Pro Late Model Division. Joseph Grandy P2, Kyle Hardy P3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Braden Carter ran away with the show tonight in the Pro Late Models. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we got 360 sprint cars coming up next right here at Williams Grove. All right, fellas, I can make that work. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. We'll get a word with your top 3 here in a moment. my board set up here. There is the 99. Let's see if Joseph Grandy and Braden Carter. I don't see Kyle Hardy yet. Let's get a word with Joseph Grandy in the 518. Grandy falls back one from his start. Joe, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, what's going on, Joe?
Man, another solid run. How was the 518?
I felt good, but then I scraped the wall early on, and Justin said my spoiler was bent up pretty good. So I felt like I was losing time on the straights. First, I felt awesome, but those guys started catching me behind me a little bit, and I just think I don't know. I lightly tapped the wall and it bent my spoiler. I don't know why it hurts me so much sometimes, but it happens, and I'll take a second.
Yeah, man, another podium finish for the 518. You going to run the sprint cars tonight?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, man. Who do you want to thank on that 518 for another podium finish?
I'd like to thank Aiden at Raise the Bar, all the guys over at RMDB, Catalytic Recovery, Shaggy TV, Equal Homes, Mad Rabbit, Highline Cinematography, girlfriend Olivia, and appreciate you, man, for doing this.
Yeah, man. See you in the sprint cars.
Thanks.
Kyle Hardy in the 99 starts, moves up two throughout the night. Kyle, this is Joe. You got me?
Yep.
Man, great run in the 99 tonight. How was the car? You moved up through the field. Did you have anything for Grandy?
I don't think so. I just started too far back, and I think this track's hard to pass on with the 358s or pros. I think that's the car. But yeah, just did all I could there, around the bottom.
Yeah, man, we definitely appreciate you coming out. I know you have a busy schedule, man. Great run in the 99 for the CSC crew. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a podium finish?
Just thank everybody a part of it, the friends that I get to race with, and yeah, thanks for having a race at Williams Grove. I enjoy racing here, so that's why I hopped in, and it's always fun to come race with you guys. It's usually clean as it is.
Yeah, man, 30 laps without cautions. You don't get much better than that. And again, we appreciate you coming out and running with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. See ya.
Yeah.
Braden Carter in the 05 starts on the outside of the pole. Never looked back. Braden, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
That car was on fire, my friend.
Yeah, I just, I had to get to the lead early. I get around this place pretty well. I've had a lot of good races here, and I don't know, I feel pretty comfortable in this car, and you know, I got to the lead early. I feel like starting the outside here, in these Fender cars gives you a little advantage. I can get a good run and pinch off the dude in the inside on each entry actually, and I got to the lead early past Joseph Grandy, and I just hit my marks from then on.
Yeah, man, over 3 seconds. I don't have it in front of me what the gap was, but on fire, man. So the 358 modified, you finish on the podium. That wasn't good enough. So you came back, man, and spanked the field in the 05. Another victory. So you're going to extend your points lead, man. Great night for the CSC 05. Who do you want to thank on that ride for another victory?
Yeah, first off, shout out to Kyle for coming out, the CSC guys. We usually have a good run here. I thought he'd be up here beating me, but it was a caution-free race. I feel like if there was a yellow, he definitely would have had something. I saw him getting quicker towards the end, and he gets really good around here in the slick. So if it was slicked off, I feel like this would have been a much more intense battle for the lead. He's beat me countless times here. Shout out to him for coming out. Shout out to the other CSC guys: Cale Smith, Travis Anderson, my dad, Michael Carter, Chase Hardy, Jonathan Higdon. Shout out Midwest Forklifts, LC, Lynn Smith, sponsors the series. KK's Diecast, Kevin Lynn Keeling, Eternal Racing, Colby Yule, Wins Race Design, Casey went for the wrap. Shout out Branson over in Discord. Yeah, use well, Joe. GR6RN, Friday Night Lights, Dirt Track Bank. Yeah, always enjoy coming out here. Thank you.
Yeah, man. 360 sprint cars coming up. You ready?
Yes, sir. It's been a while, but I love getting around this place in them as well.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. So we'll see you in the 360 sprint cars. Got a little break here, and then we'll get back at it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are the pro late models. Braden Carter, class of the field, over a 3-second gap between himself and second place. We're going to take an extended break as we will not go qualifying till the top of the hour. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. It's like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. that was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, you know, like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. Physically, I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir. Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña. Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jackamick.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
What? He did
right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win, and CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we're committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A little exhibition. Looks like we only have 7 cars show up for the 360 sprint cars. So maybe we'll have one heat race and then a 30-lap feature to close out the night. Kind of back to our roots. We started with 360 sprint cars, and here we are. This is a holiday special at the request of Mr. Dean Reynolds before we go on a 2-week break. By the time we come back, it'll be January 2nd at Weedsport. So the cars are currently out on the track. I'll let you take a look. wait till the top of the hour to go qualifying. So get out and get your last laps in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to advance to go qualifying here for your nightcap, the 360 sprint cars, right back at Williams Grove. Again, this is a no points race, 3-car night before the holidays. Greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in as we are getting ready to go qualifying. 7 cars in the field. So it should be one heat race and a 30-lap feature to close out the night. Close out 2025, believe it or not. This is our 3rd or 4th year of Friday Night Lates. As always, greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in and for the support. Coming out and watching your favorite driver as the sun sets here at Williams Grove in Pennsylvania. Billy Roberts, first car out on track in the 99. Although he is the 2 Bass Pro Shop car tonight. Joseph Grandy is with us. Jason Haynes, driver out of Canada. Dean Reynolds in the 79. See who is first to put down a lap. Braden Carter in the 05 is with us. So we got a representative from the 3 biggest teams, CSC, FTM, and LFM. Dean Reynolds with Joseph Grandy, 1687. Dean Reynolds with a 1707. Jason Haynes, 1702. That'll move the 66 car into second. Devon Howard, Dean Reynolds on his second lap, a little bit quicker, 1698. That'll move him back into P2. Jason Haynes, P3. Devon Howard, P4. Billy Roberts in the 99 out on track. No time yet for Billy Roberts. First lap, 1791, and over the fence he goes. Braden Carter out on track in the 05. He'll shut it down and try again. Trying to get the 05 going, coming off of turn 4. Lap 1 time has begun. Braden Carter coming from his first timed lap, and it is good enough for second quick, 1696, and he'll shut it down there. Waiting on Scotty Ryome if he comes out. If not, we'll advance. Joseph Grandy, Braden Carter. Heard that song and dance before. Dean Reynolds, P3. Jason Haynes, P4. Devon Howard, P5. Billy Roberts, P6. Got about 10 seconds. I don't think Scotty Ryome is going to come out. And the checkered flag has fallen. We got one heat race, 8-lap heat race, and a 30-lap feature tonight to close out 2025 with the 360 sprint cars. Joseph Grandy with tonight's quick time. It will be Joe Grandy on the front row with Braden Carter to his outside in the CSC 05. Dean Reynolds on the inside of row 2. He'll have the 66 Canada driver Jason Haynes to his outside. Devon Howard will be on the inside of row number 3 with Billy Roberts to his outside in the 99. All right, fellas, you know the drill. This is how you'll start in the 30-lap feature. You got 8 laps to get it done. Start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. So there you got it, ladies and gentlemen. These are the 6 cars that will compete in tonight's 30-lap main event. How they finish in this heat race is how they will start in the feature. Familiar front row. It doesn't seem to matter what the car it is. Grandy and Carter at the front of the field early. Lights are off on the pace truck. Few of these drivers with very little experience in a sprint car. As the sunset sets over Williams Grove Speedway, pace truck is off, leaving the field to Joseph Grandy. Grandy coming off of turn 4, looking for the green flag. 8 laps to secure his position in the feature. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. It's Grandy Carter Grandy will go down low. Carter takes the high side in 1 and 2. Good run off of 2 for Carter. Grandy's going to send it down low. Slide job coming from somebody. I don't know who that was. Devon Howard gets into Jason Haynes. It's Joseph Grandy at the front of the field. On lap 2 of 8, Dean Reynolds trying to close into Carter. Grandy, Carter, Reynolds, Howard has moved up 1. Billy Roberts has moved up 1. Haynes is going to take it to the pits. Coming off of 4, it'll be Grandy. Carter goes down a little bit low. Kind of a shallow slider coming out of 4. Trying to close the gap between himself and Grandy. Evenly spaced down the backstretch. Grandy, Carter, Reynolds, Howard still in the battle in P4 in the 316 FTM machine. Billy Roberts, very little sprint car experience, out getting it done, currently in P5. Coming off of turn 4, looking for the white flag, Joe Grandy. 1 lap to go. Put that car on the pole of the 30-lap feature. Grandy, Carter, Reynolds, Howard, Roberts, Scott Ryome showed up a little bit late, but Scotty is back with us. At the line, that's how they'll finish. Grandy, Carter, Reynolds, Howard, Roberts. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your 30-lap feature.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life. And I'm feeling good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cars out on track. We're wrapping up warm-ups. We're going to go 30 laps in the 360 sprint cars right back here at Williams Grove to round out the 2025 portion of Friday Night Lights. We come back 2nd of January at Weedsport. Typically do not run 360 sprint cars, but tonight, here we are. We'll get your grid here momentarily. There is Grandy. Joseph Grandy and Braden Carter will start on the front row. Dean Reynolds and Devon Howard will roll off on the second row. Billy Roberts and Jason Haynes in row number 3. All right, fellas, 30 laps to get it done. Initial start on green, restarts on leader. Leader pick inside or outside before the one to go is given. Race hard, race clean, put on a good show. Good luck. So there are the 6 sprint cars that will battle for tonight. And only 360 sprint car race of the 25-26 season. Joseph Grandy, Braden Carter on the front row. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck will exit next time by. Leaving the field to Joseph Grandy. Pace truck is off as the cars come out of turn 4. Joseph Grandy looking for the green flag. Flag in the hand of the flagman. Flag is up, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. 30 laps at Williams Grove 360 sprint cars. Joseph Grandy down low. Braden Carter on the high side. Dean Reynolds is riding the fence. He's going to move up to the outside and get in behind Braden Carter. Devon Howard in P4, Jason Haynes in P5, Billy Roberts in the 99 at the tail end of the field, getting the hang of sprint cars. As your top 2 go side by side, Carter's going to throw the slider. Grandy, not sure what happened to Grandy. Dean Reynolds closed in tight on his rear tail tank there. Devon Howard and Jason Haynes. Haynes trying to get in the battle. Let's go on board with Dean Reynolds. See what it looks like from the seat of a 360 around Williams Grove. Grandy and Carter go down low. Dean Reynolds running the middle in the 79 Mission 22 machine. Lap 6 of 30 underway. Similar picture up front. Carter with a 66 to Grandy 71 that time by. Slider coming from Joe Grandy, trying to close the gap between himself and Braden Carter. And it worked. Grandy ran a 66 to Carter's 82, closing the gap very little bit. Dean Reynolds has company as Devon Howard took a peek down low last time by. Howard on the rear tail tank. Go on board with Devon as he tries to get by Dean Reynolds down the back stretch into 3. Will in the FTM 316 machine. Dean Reynolds runs a cut down line. Howard keeps it on the high side. As Jason Haynes tries to close the gap, Billy Roberts still in the battle. Quick. Last time by just a tick, an 82, Grandy's 82. So Carter holding steady at the front of the pack. Grandy takes a peek down low, runs a slider, closes the gap ever so little. On lap 12 of 30, slider coming from Grandy. He'll keep it down low, closes the gap between himself and Carter once again. 1780 for Grandy, 1803 for Carter last lap. Grandy cutting into the lead by Carter. Grandy a little quicker that time by. Grandy closing in on your leader, Braden Carter, as Dean Reynolds, Devon Howard, and Jason Haynes are nose to tail. Billy Roberts is getting the hang of the 360 sprint car. Coming to the halfway point, it's Braden Carter, Joseph Grandy at the front of the field. Carter's going to run the slider line. Grandy's going to keep his 518 down low. Joseph Grandy closing in. Braden Carter trying to run a slider in 1 and 2. Grandy able to close the gap between himself and Carter. Grandy with a good run off of 2. Now Jason Haynes pulls up side by side. Slide job coming. Gets by Howard. It'll be Howard able to hold him off at the line. Returns the favor. Slider coming. Crossover from Haynes down the backstretch. Haynes on the high side. Howard down low. Haynes will move up to P4. Dean Reynolds still in a podium position in the 79 as Braden Carter and Joe Grandy still battling. Oh, maybe Carter got into the outside fence a little bit between 3 and 4. Can Grandy close down the gap? Good run on the high side by Carter off of 4 that time by. It's like Grandy's better than in 1 and 2, and Carter is better in 3 and 4. Dean Reynolds is about to have his hands full with Jason Haynes, the driver out of Canada, trying to roll up underneath the 79 car. It's a little bit loose in 1 and 2. We'll lose some ground up front. We got a battle. It's Grandy Carter at the front of the field. Let's go on board with Joe Grandy to see if he can't get by Braden Carter. Doesn't matter the vehicle, these two battle it out. Joseph Grandy not able to get it done that time. Haynes now pulls up to the rear tail tank of Dean Reynolds. He goes down low. He'll make the pass on Dean Reynolds. Put Haynes up into a podium position in the 66. Can Dean Reynolds battle back on lap 28 of 30? Up front. Coming to 2 to go. It's Braden Carter at the front of the field. Flagman has the white flag in his hand. Braden Carter coming off a turn 4 in the 05 with the lead. Joseph Grandy in P2. It's Carter, Grandy, Haynes at the line. Dean Reynolds battling back into 79. He wants to get on the podium. 2 more corners to navigate. Carter up high. Grandy following. It'll be Braden Carter, Joseph Grandy. Battle for the final podium. Jason Haynes. Top 3 start finish line, please. And that will wrap up 2025 for Friday Night Lights. Again, greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. Greatly appreciate the support. Without fans out there, there's no need for a broadcast. Appreciate you cheering on your favorite driver. All right, fellas, I'll make that work. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. We'll get a word with your top 3. Waiting on Jason Haynes to get up in the booth in the 66. There's Joseph Grandy. And Braden Carter. There is Jason Haynes in the 66. Jason Haynes able to move up 3 positions. Jason's Joe, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, good run in the 66 tonight. You're able to move yourself up into a podium position. Little throwback to our roots there, the 360s.
Yeah, I'm a little sad there wasn't more cars. That could have been a hell of a race.
Yeah, man, so I'm kicking it around. I don't know. Maybe if we ran them every week, like we did in previous seasons, we'd get more participation. But we'll see, man. Moving forward, we may change up and go more than 1 season a year. Maybe we'll make it 3. I don't know. I don't know what we'll do, but the cars that did show up, man, you and Dean Reynolds battled it out. How was the 66 machine?
It was good. It just started at the back, had some rough issues in the heat race there, and it's really hard passing at Williams Grove in a sprint car. So it was tough, but I got up there. I just didn't have enough left by the time lap 30 rolled around.
Yeah, I didn't think I would miss sprint cars, but man, seeing them tonight, back when we used to have full fields, that was pretty good stuff, man. So kind of missed that, but You put on a great show. You finished on the podium, which is awesome. Who do you want to thank on that machine for a podium finish?
I gotta thank $5 Wrap Guy, HN Industries, all the guys over at GST Logistics, my Fountain Tire guys who are taking care of my race tires for this next couple of years, and you and everybody for coming out. It's been a fun season so far.
Yeah, man, indeed. And I wish you a happy new year. We won't be back till the 2nd of January. So I hope you have a happy new year, my friend. I hope we see you on the other side.
Sounds good. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, man. Take care.
You too.
Joseph Grandy comes up one shot short and finishes P2. Joe, this is Joe. You got me?
You put up the wrong guy, Joe.
Oh, my apologies. Let me get the
You're
right
good.
guy. If I can find my mouse now. Joe, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, what's going on, Joe?
Man, that was kind of interesting. Not a big turnout. Past seasons, we've had quite a few cars, but it's kind of cool to see the 360s back on track. I don't know. I was just telling Jason if in following season, maybe we go back to a 3-car format or not and have the accumulative points thing, but we'll see how that plays out. How was the 518, man?
Felt good. Made the mistake of letting Brandon by me. I felt faster than him, but that don't mean anything if you can't get around him. But hopefully put on a little bit of a show for the few amount of cars that were there.
Yeah, man, no cautions, right? 30 laps. So yeah, it was entertaining for sure. Didn't think I'd miss them, but I did apparently. Man, great run in the 518. Who do you want to thank on that car for our final broadcast of 2025?
Aiden over at Raise the Bar, all the guys over at RMDB, Catalytic Recovery, Highline Cinematography, Jackie TV, Hinkle Homes, Mad Rabbit, my girlfriend Olivia. Appreciate you, man, for doing the broadcast. And I would probably look into doing UMPs, put a little vote up or something. Those been putting on pretty great races lately.
Yeah, you know, last season we almost ran UMPs. It came down to a vote between 360s and UMPs, and 360 Sprint Cars came up with a division sponsor. So we almost went UMPs, and I'm not opposed. So maybe we will put that up for a vote.
We'll see.
All right, man. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you on the 2nd at Weedsport.
You too, man. Enjoy.
All right, man. Braden Carter moves up one. Now we got the right guy. Braden, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, good run in the 05 sprint cars. Those didn't used to be your strong suit. I know you ran the sprint car qualifier last year, right? I think.
Yes, sir. I made through the pro races last year.
Yeah.
2024.
Another great run,
yeah.
man. You got by Grandy and you guys battled it out to the line. Just talking to Joe about making 360s maybe a part of Friday Night Lights moving forward. And he mentioned UMP. So I don't know what we're going to do, but man, we had full fields all last year with 3 races a night. So we may go back to that format. So look for some voting on Discord and let us know what you think. But 05 was strong, man. How was the car? How was the track? And were you worried about Grandy?
After I got past my, I don't try to worry about people too much. I feel like worrying gets you in a mindset of messing up. But if he gets to me, he passes me, I'm gonna battle him back. I felt quick. I know he was quick too. He's good in the sprint cars. But yeah, but the car count deal you just talked about, I feel like UMPs would be good. Sprint cars, they're fun. I need to practice in 360 more. I feel like I'm better at the 410 than the 360. I've put so much time in the 410. I don't really run the 360 as much, but it's still a fun car to drive. I love sprint cars. I used to not, but they grew a liking to me once I started running like towards money and stuff and all that a while back. And I just was a fun race tonight. I love coming out and supporting your deal. It's always fun. But I mean, I feel like for car counts as well, I feel like if we went out and promoted a little more, there's places we could put the league itself, promote it. I feel like maybe next season, if you decide to do a season early in the year, maybe winter again, we could get more guys from all over the place who just more promoting.
Yeah.
The broadcast is always good. You're one of the top broadcasts I've seen on the sim. So that's not an issue at all. I always enjoy coming out here. I always rewatch every broadcast. I've always done that since I started back when the original CSC guys got me in. So it's always a good deal. I mean, it's ran well, it's ran clean. There couldn't be really many issues for anybody besides, I guess their own issues personally, but besides that, I mean, it's a great league. I feel like a lot of people would enjoy it if people got to, try it and see it. And I feel like that's something that could be done in the future. Just, a little bit more promoting, and it's always a good league. I've talked to a few guys. All of the CSE guys are in here, and we always enjoy it, and always look forward to it each year.
Yeah, man. And I enjoy putting it on. I don't know. I'm kind of tore because what do we have? One caution in the 50 lap, two cautions in the 358s, and no cautions in the pro late models. Whereas, man, last year I had your family up until the middle of the damn night trying to get through 3 features. So that was kind of the motivation behind changing it up. But yeah, I don't know. I always said I'd take the best 16 drivers over 34 drivers who weren't worth crap. So yeah, I don't know. We have some decisions to make here coming up since I'm retiring from government service. I don't know. Maybe I'll have more time to do some more stuff. So we'll see how that plays out, man. But nonetheless, 0-5, another victory. Who do you want to thank on that ride for another drive to victory lane?
Yeah, man. For that as well, before I get into thanking people, I feel like the protest system that you have works good as well. It's just if you really want to put the hammer down on some people, if we get more guys, you could always make it stricter. That's always up to you, but there's ways around that, and more things that can be enforced. It's already ran well. It's just if you really like want to do something about if that ever becomes an issue, there's always solutions, and I know you guys, everybody here can resolve. It's always been like that. Yeah. Shout out to the guys at CSC, Kale Smith, Kyle Hardy, Chase Hardy, Travis Anderson, Michael Carter, my dad, Randy Carter Payton, my granddad, Wins Race Design actually Jason Dudley on the sprint car here, Jada's Media, Shaggy TV, Zach Chapman on the sprint car, KK's Diecast, Kevin Lynn Keeling, Eternal Racing, Colby Yule. Shout out to Branson and Jason to Discord. GR6RN, Dirt Track Bank, you Joe. Another good show as always. 360s are fun. Shout out to Jesse Grant as well for a good run.
Yeah, man. And I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll be back the 2nd of January at Weedsport, back to our regular format. So look forward to seeing you guys back at the track.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the final broadcast of 2025. Greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. And as you heard, we won't be back till the 2nd of January, and that will be at Weedsport. Again, greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. Well aware that there are other things you can do on a Friday night. So greatly appreciate you tuning in. And until 2026, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. Ah. nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.